There was the bell, guys. Let's go. It's going to be a huge week for the stock market. All right, we are going to have some crazy events this week. Number one, we're going to have the CPI data tomorrow morning. Then on Wednesday, one day after CPI, we are going to have the FOMC meeting and Powell speaking. Now, the reason why this is such a huge event, in my opinion, is because the CPI data coming out is going to be affecting pretty much what goes on here. So let me find the watch tool. So what's going to happen is the Feds are either going to decide, hey, we're going to drop our rate hikes down to 50 basis points, even though we've been at 75 because inflation's coming down a little bit. That would be a really good case scenario. That would be awesome for the market if they dropped it down to 50 basis points. But if that CPI data coming out tomorrow ends up coming in a little bit higher than expectations, like, for example, if it comes in higher than the previous report or higher than 7.6%, we might end up seeing the market fall down. And Powell might end up talking about keeping rates at 75 basis points instead of 50. So this is why this week is so important, because this event, the CPI data, is going to really affect what goes on. And you guys will see that on this watch tool from the CME group. If we watch this tool over the next few days, write it down. Here, I'll make a little, I'll make something here. Let's make a folder. Let's not make a folder, let's make a text document. We'll make a text doc here. We'll go to new, text document. We'll name this, what should we name it? So, Fed Watch Tool. There we go. Fed Watch Tool. Boom. Okay. Take this. So it's 77% to 23%. Maybe I could just paste a picture in there. That'd be nice. Now I wish it was a folder. Oh, now I am changing it to a folder. I had it right the first time. It's funny. All right. Here's the reading from today. How do I put you in here? Hang on, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to keep track of this because it's at 77% right now. And over the next couple days, you are going to end up seeing this go pretty crazy, I think. So keep your eyes on this. It's going to end up moving up, down. We're going to see this thing start to get more parabolic in either direction. So, like, if we're watching this and it's at 77 right now, and, for example, the CPI data ends up coming in higher than expected, we're going to see this 50 basis points start to drop. Like, this 77 will probably go towards 50%, maybe even lower if that CPI data comes out, obviously, different than expected. That number is going to change. But yeah, thanks for joining up this morning. Jamie, Marty Longoria, Peter, Keisha, Krish, Ant. Thank you guys for being here. Keisha has her famous butt cheeks on eggshells thing going on. That's awesome, Keisha. That's funny. But yeah, this morning the market's actually been quite well. I would say it's been pretty quick. Like, we've been seeing the SPY pop up this morning. Now at open here, it's starting to pull back off to the downside. If we keep following the same channel that I've been in for a while, or that I've been following, we are right at the bottom of that channel. And this morning, we actually got a bit of a bounce back up off of the channel again. So it was kind of cool to see us holding there, even with everything going on. So I thought that was kind of nice, at least, to see us hold. But yeah, looking pretty good here. Hopefully the SPY can get a nice bounce off this bottom trend line and start to move back up, maybe retest 398 and then maybe 400 after that. That would be pretty good, if we could get a nice retest like that. I think that would work out quite well. Let's go see real quick what we have here. Okay. Go get our scanner open here with the SM bot really quick. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Still gotta wait a couple minutes. That's right. Looking here at Fridays, I'm like, that's a lot of puts. Man, the Friday's close was rough, guys. I don't know if you guys were around on Friday's close or not, but wow, and we had a big pullback in the middle of the day. We actually were able to scalp Nvidia on the in the premium Discord, so that was good to see. We scalped Nvidia there. That was a pretty big pullback. You guys can kind of see how that was a very nice trend line to play off of on Friday right here on Nvidia. Once we broke that, we started falling down. It was brutal from there on out. Yeah, from then on out, it got crazy. But yeah, so far today, it's actually kind of holding up, but not really the best. I mean, the SPY's up, but whenever I go look at my watch list across the board, I mean, there's a lot of stocks down in the red too. Specifically, a lot of the growth plays again, like Rivian, Tesla is down deep. I mean, deep in the red. DraftKings is down a lot. DraftKings had some bad news today, I saw. Roth Capital downgrades them to neutral, announced a $15 price target. Well, hey, if DraftKings would just stay around 15 bucks, it might not be that bad, you know. Oh. Come on, DraftKings, just stay somewhere around here. Just stay steady for us. That's it. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Everybody's talking about their breakfast in the Discord. I noticed that was everybody in here talking about it. Got me laughing. Wow, DraftKings, crazy. How's Palantir looking here? I know we drew that wedge last week, and guys, it is starting to pop up and out of that wedge we drew. We might need to make a play on this. You know, it could end up being pretty awesome here, actually. But yeah, let me know what stocks you guys are watching, and if you guys enjoy the live streams, don't forget to vote in the poll, and then smash that like button. That'll really help us out. Like I always say, smashing the button helps us more than anything. So I'd appreciate that. But yeah, right now Palantir's looking pretty good. Let me know if you guys are watching this one. You know, if we continue to hold like $7.05 and $7 even, this is going to be pretty awesome here. Alrighty. Good old PLTR. What about K for Kellogg's here? K for Kellogg's. They're actually up quite a bit today. KHC, what about JP Morgan here? Not really doing anything too much there. Peter says, market's just waiting, to be honest. We have CPI, FOMC, and triple witching. Triple witching. I love it when people talk about that. The triple witching, then we have the quad witching. Obviously, you know, obviously it's not quad this time. It's triple, but that's funny. Yeah, we might see the market just wait, Peter. I mean, it very well might, but we're starting to see some chop come in here. We're starting to fall back off towards that closing level on Friday. It's almost like we never even moved. But yeah, good morning, guys. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic weekend. I know my weekend was pretty good. Trying to think of all I did. Yeah, we did some stuff. What did we do? It got me confused. Oh, we had Christmas. There we go. We had Christmas with my girlfriend's mom and her brother and stuff like that. Pretty early Christmas, but you know, Everyone's so busy during the holidays. Marty says, what play? Oh, Marty, it was in hashtag bonus setups if you're interested. Check out that channel as well. Marty, Mike should have sent you a video as well explaining exactly what to look for in the premium sections of the Discord. Hopefully you could get a hopefully you can watch that, Marty, and it'll help get you kind of associated with the Discord a little bit more. He says, I don't have weekends. I work every damn day. Damn, Marty. Well, hey, you know what? Awesome work. Awesome perseverance. Nice work. It's tough to work every single day, Marty. So that's an accomplishment in its own, to be honest. So I feel for you, Marty, and yeah, let's kill it this week. Let's kill it, and maybe you can take a week off. You have a real good week in the stock market, you can have a week off then, maybe. Who knows? Maybe at least a day or something, Let's see, these marijuana stocks still looking pretty rough here. Down to 3.48 already on Tilray. Jeez. They were looking so good there for a few days and just totally reversed. Totally reversed back down. Not good to see. I'm deleting these letters here I made. Oh, Keisha, don't say that. Oh my gosh. I can't even repeat what Keisha just said because I'm gonna get in trouble. But hey, that might work though. Keisha, maybe you should call and tell him that you should call and tell him that Marty's been acting out on the internet or something. Be like, Marty needs like a few days off or a mental reevaluation after his after his crazy posts on the internet. Maybe that'll do it, Keisha. They'll probably take the bomb threat thing real seriously then. Oh man. You make it harder for him, it sounds like. He'd have to work through the craziness. That's funny. Chris says AMD's holding up. Support at 67. Marty, what do you do for work by chance? If you don't mind me asking. You're not doing overnights like Xbox, are you? Poor Xbox, he's not going to be able to join too much anymore. He's like working in the middle of the day now. And guys, don't forget to vote in the poll. We only have a few votes in there, only 6 votes. Let's up those numbers there. It's going to be a pretty cool week with CPI and everything going on. Let's find those big momentum plays, though. Let's go. Let's find the big runners here. All right, let's check the... We're going to be checking the bot here. Let's see what we got. We have Tesla puts. Uh-oh, that's not good to be calling out. Yeah, it looks like the bot is on Tesla puts here. We also have Microsoft calls. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft compared to Tesla here is insane. Yeah, this is great. Let's go back to that SPY one more time. Gotta check out this channel again here. I did something here. Damn it. I clicked one of these buttons down here at the bottom right. I might have to go back onto my stream and scroll backwards real quick. Wow, that's crazy. SPY, Palantir's looking okay. How's Meta today? Good old Meta for us. Uh-oh. It's a very mixed market today. There's so many stocks rising up, so many stocks falling down, though, at the same exact time, which is insane. There's so much disparity. You know, there's a lot of up and down price action all across the board here. Let's eye up that heat map from today. It's probably not even refreshed yet. Just barely. Still, don't forget, guys, tomorrow morning before open is going to change everything. So be ready for that. It's going to be a very big day. Maybe it won't change everything, but I think at least the market will go crazy. And then tonight we actually have Oracle reporting earnings. So for all my earnings gamblers out there, how are we feeling about Oracle? It's actually looking pretty decent intraday, but when you go to that daily chart, it looks pretty rough. Actually, very overextended here in the shorter term. Actually up quite a bit, I'd say. That's actually very high. Look at the low here, 60, like right around $61, all the way up to highs of 84.48 here. That is a big jump. That's huge. Earlier, Peter said Boeing was running. There we go. That's nice. It really is running too, Peter. Look at that. Bouncing off support. Looking hot. He also said Neo 12 strike puts are looking great. Wow, I wish that wasn't the case. It really is looking pretty hot though here. Like, man, if Neo breaks under this support at like 12.15 or 12.20, we're going to see some big sell-offs, I think. And the way they moved this morning is not promising at all. That's actually very rough to see that type of movement. Hey, nice. Jamie's back from his cruise. Awesome. And he said it was on RCL. That's awesome, Jamie. I know we were talking about that a little bit in private. I'm glad that you're back from there. I hope you had a great time. That's cool. Hopefully your weather was nice and warm. A lot better than where I've been lately. It's been like 30 degrees where I've been. Hell, this week it's going to be good, but next week is going to be terrible. RCL, CCL. Next week I'm going to have some highs at like 25 degrees on some days. Like that's just insane. 25 degree highs. That's really crazy. Tesla is testing support though, Chris says. Yeah, it looks like it is at 172. Yeah, 172, right around 173. Somewhere right around there. It's looking good, Chris. I like that. Thank you for pointing that one out. And guys, make sure you check out Tesla here. This is actually, oh, it's looking scary. I can't lie. We've seen a lot of bounces at 200. These bounces here are just insane. I mean, those are pretty rough rejections, and with the way we're moving down, it's just not looking good, especially today. I mean, look at this, down 3%. It's not like, oh, we're down 3%. I mean, we're down 3%, and Tesla just shot down. Just shot straight down at open. So that is a pretty rough sight to see. But I will say, though, that Dow Jones is actually looking pretty good. I think we're going to do DJI here. DJI. Yep, the Dow Jones is actually trying to pop up. So I found that to be a little interesting. Found that interesting. Let's go to /DJ. Oh, it's just DJ. DJIA is what it is. Ah. No, it's YM actually. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now it looks better. Here's the Dow. This is like the Dow futures here. Yeah, the Dow's up a little bit today, so kind of cool to see. Friday was rough. You know, can't lie about that. Friday was very, very rough. But today, kind of popping up here at open. Take it. Now, SPY is actually recovering up too. SPY was actually falling off quite a bit at open. But hey, we'll take the nice movement back to the upside any day of the week. Any day. And guys, don't forget to vote in the poll. We only have 7 votes, but 13 people watching right now. Vote in the poll if you guys are into the market at all. It's a question about CPI data. We have a tied answer right now. The market's sinking and the market rise. It sounds like people are very split on this issue. So interesting. Normally we don't have votes that are that close. They're normally not close at all. Guys, don't forget about Palantir. We're starting to move back to the upside again out of this wedge. It might be a fake out, but I'm feeling like this looks like a fairly good setup here, and we're right on support. Now, we could always tumble back over and break the support to the downside, so there's always a risk like that trading. But I think that given the current setup and everything like that, it's looking good enough at this point, you know? It's looking good enough, and the risk reward is there, you know? Like, if you buy in right now at $7.20 and we fall down to $6.85, cut it. Just cut it, simple as that. Then you won't have to, you know, necessarily mess with it too much. It's actually really, really good with risk reward ratios like that because it's simple. I mean, here's the whole point. You're gonna buy in right here. Well, here I'll just make like a big one. You're gonna buy in right here in this range. Okay, if it falls down to this range, you sell it. Okay, if it falls down to there, you sell it. If it doesn't fall down to there, well, golly gee, you just hold it. You could probably maybe hold for like a retest of 850, maybe even go for like 9 if you really want to get risky with it. If you want to be safer, maybe go for like $8. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of areas to the upside here, and you can catch some pretty good moves. So this is your risk here. You're going to buy in at 720. You're going to sell it, let's just say 680. You're looking at a... Sorry about that, guys. You're looking at a 40-cent move. So 40-cent move to the downside. Or if you buy in at 720 and the stock goes up to 8, now you're looking at an 80-cent move to the upside. So that's a 2-to-1 with risk-reward ratio. Risk-reward ratio. I don't know why I can't say that, but but either way, that's a 2-to-1 right there. Now you go up to 840 or like 850, like I said. Now you're looking at like 3-to-1. And then you go up to 9, and you're looking at, you know, 4-to-1. Or at that point, it'd actually be like 4.25-to-1, you know, so, or even 4.5 maybe to 1. But you guys get the point. You know, you don't want to risk too much, and you want to have that nice cushion so that when you start winning, you can have some nice moves back to the upside. So that's what I like about this setup with Palantir. You can buy in right now, low risk, because you can sell out very, very quick. You have at least a 2-to-1 risk reward, maybe even higher in a lot of cases. So I do like that. Now, the system I explained would be if you were playing shares on Palantir, not options. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind there. But I hope you guys like plays like that. You know, these plays are the best thing to go over, you know, in my opinion. But hey, whatever you guys want to see, just let me know and we can check it out. Tesla is testing support, Chris said earlier. Peter said it's at a new low of the day right now, and yes, it is. Wow, it just fell under 173. Looking rough, Peter. Then we have Apple. Chris says Apple's seeing some green candles. Apple's in a choppy zone since mid-September. Let's see. Let's go all the way back to mid-September and check it out. Yeah, it has been, hasn't it, Chris? You're right, it has. It's real choppy, staying down in this wedge. Wow, yeah. Looking rough there. Let's check out Apple on the daily, maybe. Oof. Yeah, Apple's been looking rough here, guys. I can't lie about that one. Wow, we've just been seeing rejection after rejection after rejection. And if we do fall out of this wedge back to the downside, I mean, Oh, I don't know, guys. I mean, we're looking at brutal drops. Possibly going to test 100 if that happens. Honestly, I hope we do. Let's test 100. I'll buy in. Man, I'll buy in a lot down there if we test 100. Wow. Come on. Let's test it. Oh, I'm just kidding. We should test it, but we won't. If Apple falls down to 100, like I said, we're going to have some issues. We are going to have some issues, that's for sure. Go back to that SPY. Let's double check real quick how we're doing. Okay, holding up well. We'll take it. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all, actually. Okay. All right, SPY, not too bad. Chris says we'll get some Neo at $5 to $6 next year during recession. Wow. No, Peter. Hey, that's actually not an error with Tesla. I actually saw that. I saw that as well a while ago. I was in their options chain and I was like, let's go check out some Tesla options. And I went in there and I was like, oh man. I was like, what's up with all this? Yeah. So it's hard to explain, Peter, but it's just how it's setting up on the chain. It's hard to explain. I can't quite remember the exact reason, so I'm not going to try to guess, but I will say it's not anything too worrisome, and it also just depends on which chain you look at. Like if you look at the weekly, that's where it has the 33s, but whenever you go look at like for example, go look at December 23rd's expiration. Look at the 23rd, then you don't have it anymore, so it's a little bit confusing, actually, in my opinion. I wish that it, was easier to understand that, but it's just how it sets up at the time. Yeah, a lot of them have it though. Some chains have it, some don't, just depending on the pricing, but yeah, so any of the yellow chains have it for sure. Actually, I lied. The yellow chains don't have it. The white chains have it. It's like those weekly chains. The weekly chains actually, yeah, they don't have it at all. They just go in $5 increments, so interesting. I know exactly what you're saying though, Peter. I've looked that up before. A long time ago. Maybe not like a long time ago, but a few months ago maybe. Tesla again. We have AI running up again. That's nice to see. Post earnings move again. Roblox is moving up. RBLX is up 4%. Who talked about this one earlier? I remember somebody asking about this. That's awesome. Marty says they do construction industry. That's great. That's awesome, Marty. Construction's pretty good. 12-hour days, though. That's a lot, man. Hopefully, do you get any days off, Marty? You said you work every day? Every day at 12-hour days. Are you in the U.S., Marty? Is that, like, even allowed here? Like, I'm not even sure that's allowed. Keisha said Roblox and pins look good. That's who mentioned it. Yeah, Roblox is really on fire. Pinterest is setting up well, too. Why is Roblox up so much, though? They are really exploding. I'll take it. Chris says get some Neo at $5 to $6. I'd love to get Neo at 5 or 6. That would be great. I'll feel bad though if they get that low. Like, uh-oh. Like, seriously, that would be rough, guys. If Neo falls off that much, that would make me cry, I think. Like, literally, I'd cry. Ah, okay. That makes sense, PFD. That makes sense. I was gonna say, I remember that happening a while ago. I thought it was like a few months ago, and that makes sense. Yeah, right back there in like August, September. Yep, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say PFD. Like, I remember that happening a while ago. I couldn't remember though. Good looks for us. Thank you. Wow, Marty says he's currently in Nebraska and they move around every 6 months to a year. Wow, well, hey, you're up there with Sean Cornish right now, Marty. That's funny. Go give Cornish a call. If you stop in at Cornish's office, I will bust up, Marty. I want to see you take a picture of Cornish. That would make me die of laughter. He just got a new job with some insurance company, so maybe you can get some insurance going, Marty. I'm just kidding. Chris says TSM stock is really boring for a month. You know, I'll tell you what. I think TSM could be pretty good here. I think TSM is hot. Yeah, you're right. It has been boring here, though. I can't lie about that. It's just been very stagnant. Not really doing much, but I love the setup, though. Even though it's stagnant, I feel like it's holding its ground well. It's just waiting to get that big pop up. That's funny. All right, Marty, I'll send you it. I'll send you it. Oh, yeah, Marty, I forgot. Right at the beginning of the stream, you asked about the PDT rule. We can kind of go over that a little bit if you want to here. So, you have the PDT rule. Let me go grab a monster really quick. And whenever I get back, we'll go over the PDT. So, Marty, just let me know everything that you've learned about the PDT. And let me know about that video if you're confused with anything with that. And we can go over it really quick. But I'll be right back, guys. Just give me 1 minute. Gonna run and grab my signature monster. I know now everyone's like, you're gonna turn into Monster, Tom. It's my favorite. I can't lie. It's good. Hey, Marty. I can actually get you around the rule. I have some stuff that I can do that I can show you to help you get around that said rule. And it's actually very, very easy. So that's a good positive, Marty. So we'll have to talk about that. Let me get the video here from Mike. I'll play it live here for you. Let's see, how to get around PDT rule. Here we go. It's a little bit of an older video, but hey, it's still relevant here. I'm going to get you the link real quick, send it in the chat so you can get that link and watch it anytime you want to. Here we go. Boom, sent it off. Before we start, though, Chris says Spy is trying hard to cross 395. Wow, it is. It's actually right at that resistance line. Good eye, Krish. Good eye, Krish. That's actually looking good. All right. I'm just reading all of the messages here. Peter says Oxy's breaking out to the downside or up? Oh, up. Okay. Nice. Damn, I was looking for these guys to fall. Damn it, Oxy. If you guys watched the video last night, I go over Oxy quite a bit in last night's video, so check that out if you guys are interested. I think you'll like it quite a bit. If you're into Oxy, I think you'll like my take on it, but so Marty, let's get into the how to get around the PDT rule, because it actually is pretty good, and I think this actually might help other traders as well. So I posted that link in there. So essentially, what you want to do to get around the PDT rule is you want to get a cash account. So with a cash account, there's a few restrictions. So I'm going to explain this in hopefully an easy way. So maybe I should get up like a calculator or a whiteboard. Hang on, let me see if I can get like a whiteboard up. Online whiteboard. Okay. For free. Free online whiteboard. Here we go. All right. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect. Oh, no, 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 not perfect. I don't know if I want it to be white or not. But how do I draw? Okay. All right. Can I make it thicker? Oh, yeah. Oh. How big can you make this? Can I make it a 50? This is funny. This white screen, I can see every speck of dust on my computer screen now. Let's make this one 15. Okay. There we go. I like 15 and 50, I think. Maybe we'll do like 13 and 50. All right. So now that we have this up, guys, I want to go ahead and get into how the cash account works. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to switch over to a cash account, and there's a few different things that are a little bit different here. So we have cash account on this side, and then on this side we will put margin. Sorry, this doesn't look any better than it is, but we are learning this system here. So we have cash account, we have margin account. So margin, you only get 3 day trades, obviously, per 5 days. 3 day trades per 5 days. All right, so you essentially get 3 day trades every single 5 days. This means every single time that you day trade, you're gonna have to wait, unfortunately, for those day trades to come back, and it will take 5 days. So essentially, what you're gonna do is you're gonna day trade. You have 3 day trades. So what you can do is you can do all 3 day trades right away. And if that's the case, well, then you're gonna have to wait, those 5 days and get those day trades back. Or you can day trade for example, on a Monday, then day trade again on Tuesday, then day trade again on Wednesday, and then the next week you'll be able to do that again. So you'll be able to day trade once on Monday, once on Wednesday, or once on Tuesday, once on Wednesday. So essentially you get 3 day trades for 5 days. Cash, on a cash account, you get unlimited day trades. Hang on, you know what? We're gonna have to. This is too hard. We're gonna have to see if this works. All right. Unlimited day trades. There we go. I get 40. Okay. Perfect. 40, and then that would have been so much quicker than drawing this out. But essentially, you get unlimited day trades here, and that's the big thing with the cash account. But let me tell you why the cash account is necessarily not the best. So whenever you're looking at cash accounts, you know, the unlimited day trades thing, it sounds great, right? Like unlimited day trades, fantastic. You know, you can day trade as much as you want. But there is some caveats to this. So the size of your account with this is it's gonna really matter, because it's going to depend on what you're able to trade and not trade. So this is going to be very tough to explain writing and drawing this out. But essentially, like if you have an account, you can only trade the money in that account. So it can only trade with money in the account. No margin. So whenever you can only trade with money in your account and you're not allowed to use your margin, this can cause a myriad of issues here. So it can cause a lot of issues because there's a lot of traders out there who like to trade a ton, okay? So, for example, if you only have $3,000 in your account and you do $1,000 per each play, you can only do 1 day trade. You know, only like a couple, like 1 or 2 or 3 day trades per day with that amount of money. Because once you use up that money in your account that day, you can't use any more. So if you have $3,000 and like, let's say we're looking at SPY right here, right? And I want to buy some SPY calls. If I have $3,000 and I buy $1,000 worth of SPY calls right now that leaves me $2,000 left to play with today. Now, if I decide to go play Square puts, and I buy some Square puts here, and let's say it cost me 500. Now you subtract 500 from that $2,000 that was left. Now I only have 1,500 left to play with today. And this can be bad in some cases because you might overtrade, and then you might need to reverse your position to get into another trade or something, and you're not able to because your account ran out of money that day. Now, keep in mind though, that's only for 1 day. Okay, so that's how the cash account works for just 1 day. And the reason that this happens and you get unlimited day trades is because these trades they're clearing overnight and you're not using that margin up. So whenever they clear overnight, it's a little bit strange to say because the stocks, they don't clear overnight, but options do clear overnight. It's a little bit weird the way that the brokers work, but the options, they will actually clear overnight. So let's get that up here too. So overnight clearing, and this is what allows you to trade the very next day. So if you run out of money that day, you can always, you know, start the very next day with your $3,000 over again until you use that up. You could do 30 trades at, you know, $100 a pop if you wanted to, you know, if you really wanted. Or you could do 10 trades at $300, you know, or you could do 6 trades at 500, for example. I think that's pretty good. And the thing that's awesome with the cash is that you get those unlimited day trades. That's the big thing with it. But I've noticed if you have an account that's like $3,000 or something, it usually works out pretty well. Let me get this back on this side here. 3 day trades. 3 day trades every 5 days. Every 5 days. Unless you have 25K. Okay. The cool thing with margin is that you can also borrow, obviously, a lot too. So on this, you can trade it with the margin, obviously. So there is some positives to each one of these here. Now, especially if you're trading a lot of stocks, margin comes into play. And then there's also some stuff to worry about, like restrictions, okay? Restrictions dash no selling. So on the cash side, there is restrictions. You're also not going to be able to sell some options or do advanced strategies, which is going to be pretty big as well. I know that there's a lot of restrictions with cash accounts, obviously, so you're not going to be able to use some of that margin to, sell some of these. And at the same time, the broker, they're not going to be able to allow you to sell them because you're going to need the margin to do that, simply because of the way that that the cash account does the clearing being overnight and stuff. On margin, they're able to kind of hold some of that margin on the side for you while it like waits to clear, if that makes sense. So there is a lot of differences here. The main things though are going to be with margin. You're actually able to get those you're only doing 3 day trades every 5 days, but you're able to borrow brokers' money. So that's a really big plus, and you can do a lot more advanced strategies. With the cash account, you get unlimited day trades, but you can only trade with the money in the account. If you're looking to day trade, I would definitely recommend going with the cash option. Okay, cash would definitely be the better way to go in my opinion. That is going to be the way starting out that you're going to want in my opinion too, because if you start out with margin, you could get screwed big time because they let you borrow way more money than they should. And a lot of traders I've seen blow their accounts up. So be careful if you're going with margin, but margin should be, the pretty, probably the most common thing people are on because that's normally what people go with. But cash account will work, and it'll work very, very well. It's just like I said, if you're selling options and stuff, then you're talking about, some restrictions coming into play and some stuff like that. Plus, with cash accounts, keep this in mind as well. If you buy stocks, you can only use the money in your account. So if you have $3,000 and you buy $3,000 worth of stock, then you have no money left to trade options. So you can't day trade anything or do anything like that. So that's another negative. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm sorry. I just used a random whiteboard I found online. It's honestly hard to use that thing, so sorry if that looked a little bit rough there, but I think it got the point across, and I hope I helped some people out. So hopefully that's the case. But you can get around that PDT rule by doing that. And I will say I've done that in the past too. So don't feel bad if you have to use the cash account. It's actually not a bad idea. Like I said, using margin is actually a bad thing to do. And you're paying for that margin. A lot of people don't realize that. Let's see what it is. TD Ameritrade margin rates. Let's see. Let's find it. Margin rates. Here we go. Wow. The effective rate is 13.25%. That is insane. Wow. Yeah, you guys can see how high some of these rates are here. Like 11% you're paying on this stuff. Wow. Could actually screw yourself there. The base rate is 12%. Yeah, that's terrible. I like how they have margin interest rates. If you have more than 500 grand, you're allowed to call them. That's funny. No, that's funny. I've seen TD Ameritrade actually change the fees around for people before. I don't know about modern day, of course, but back in the day, I've seen people do that. Especially when their old options fees were very expensive. Yep, Marty, it's actually as easy as a Google search. I bet you could just go like this. Robinhood cash account form. Do-do-do. Yeah, let's see how to do this. Cash accounts, here we go. It says you can switch, but it don't tell you how to do it. Like, what? That's stupid. So see how it says right here that deposits, they have to clear. It might take up to 5 business days. So that is another negative. Like, if you're trying to put money into the account, it takes a little while. But, yeah, you gotta wait for things to clear as well for the, It's so weird, yeah, like, because, like, if you have margin, they'll use the margin while they're waiting for your money to clear from your bank into this account. So it's a little bit strange. Yeah, right here. Cash accounts also can't do level 3 options trading. How come they don't tell me how to do it, though? Dang it. That's Marty's homework for today, yeah. 100%. Talking about RH, though, let's go check out good old Hood. HOOD up 2.15% today. Actually, not too bad. Good morning, Mason. Thank you for being here today. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's go, Mason. Been a while since I've seen you in here. Good to see you. Let's kill it this week. You know, we've been having some pretty good plays we've been finding. I know Palantir is one that I like right now. PLTR right here, starting to look still pretty good in this little wedge it's been in. There we go. Little wedge on the 15-minute chart. Still kind of bouncing off of it today, which is cool. Actually, this ain't right. I think it's supposed to be on a... What chart was this on? Oh, it was on the minute. Okay. There we go. It's on the minute chart. I know. Go back and look at it, Keisha. I put Hood. Don't you worry. I typed it in just for giggles. And then I immediately went Hood. Oh. She typed it so fast before I could even... You typed it before you saw me go, Keisha. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, I know a lot of people get that one confused, though. Yeah, every time I go to RH, it's all messed up looking anyway. What's weird is that they have similar looking charts, don't they? Let's see. Both of them have just died. I mean, both stocks have just went straight down. It's funny. Oh, Keisha. Keisha's keeping me in check. Poor RH, Restoration Hardware. What's up? Why are they down so much, though? Like, what's up with that? Let's go find their website, Restoration Hardware. I've been into one of these, but... load? Whoa. What is this? That's all that was just a chair? Restoration Hardware. I need some dining stuff, guys. Let's get some tables. I want marble tables. We only get the best around here. Marble only. Oh my gosh, $16,000. Okay. You know what? I think that we rethought the marble table. What is this? Can you even sit at this? Like... What? Oh my lord, 16 grand. What are we... Let's go look at some wood tables, you know? Maybe that's what it... You know, I think we gotta start looking at the wood tables instead. Some dining room tables. We're gonna look at some, we're looking at cheaper tables, that's for sure. 13K? No wonder this stock sucks. I'm not paying 13K for a dining room table. Get out of here. I'll buy this wood one before I pay that. Like, what? That is insane. Here we go. These are looking more normal. You know, 5 grand or something. Maybe that's normal. I'd still say that's too much, but wow, that's insane. Marty says, I need to stop abbreviating. I made Black Swan break a sweat this morning on Discord. Oh, that's hilarious. Marty, Black Swan is Peter, by the way, just so you know. Oh, that's funny. I saw that, though. I saw that this morning. Marty, you actually made me have second thoughts in my own head, but I had second thoughts, but then I, like, immediately I was like, you know, I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, the BF, I was like, what are you talking about, Marty? I was like, BF? Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble now. I'm not gonna repeat anything Marty says ever again. You should see it sometimes, man, somebody used to talk and their name was like, man, somebody's name used to be named after a stock. I still do it sometimes, like B Square. Their name's B Square, of course, and every time I say B Square, I instantly start like typing in SQ every time. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just like, oh, Square, there we go. Or like sometimes there'll be like people on YouTube who they'll comment. Their name might be like it might be like Tan, you know, TAN, and Mike will say, "Member of the day, Tan," and I'll be like, "Oh, Tan, the ETF." You know, it's funny. Sometimes you do that. I'll tell you, Marty, I love myself some bacon though. That sounds good for BF. Some BF sounds good to me right now. I don't usually eat BF before the stream. Marty gets in trouble often. I'm gonna have to make you your own, I'm gonna have to tell Hunter in the Discord to watch out for you, Marty. That's funny. Alright, Spy's just kind of sitting here, though. Palantir's still not doing anything about DraftKings. DraftKings is green even after all these negative reports that came out. Surprisingly. Let's go to CNBC here today, see what we got. Rivian pauses plans to make electric vans in Europe with Mercedes-Benz. Uh-oh. Whoa. That is rough. That sucks. Yeah, this sucks for Rivian. I was really hoping that this would help them out a little bit, this deal. That's terrible for them. Down 3.48%. And their stock's looking brutal here anyways. Wow, that's terrible. No. Well, they're done trying to manufacture the vans. They were going to do this with Mercedes-Benz, but... That's too bad. Poor Rivian, what are we going to do about them? Lucid's, I mean, worse. Lucid's way worse. Let's go check out Lucid stock. Look at that stock this year. That's not even this year. That's only half the year. Here's the whole year. Man. It's a crazy stock. Awesome. Thank you, Ant. Thank you so much for that. I haven't used Robinhood in like 4 years, so I appreciate you, Ant. I was trying to find it on Google earlier, but, you know, Google's... We know how that is. Anytime you want to find something, you can't. Unless it's something like easy. Yeah, we have 12 votes in the poll, though. 58% are thinking that the market will sink and that CPI is going to come in higher than expected. That is insane to say. Can't believe you guys voted that way. Whoa. Hell yeah, I'm looking at it, Keisha. That is insane. Wow. I mean, it's not like insane, but we'll take it. I mean, that's a good recovery today for sure. For sure. I like it. I was really looking at these stocks down this week, but I might have to change my tone. Like I said in last night's video, I really was looking at this fake out in the past, and I was really being careful of a fake out here. And it looks like that might be the case again. I mean, man, I just want to see some good breaks, though, to be honest. All right, SPY. Go back to there. Let's go check out good old Asana. Looking pretty good, 4.5%. CrowdStrike's looking all right, actually. CrowdStrike's not too bad today either. I saw ChargePoint, Blink were up too. All those stocks were moving. What about Enphase? FSLR? Let me get the video, or let me get the unusual options play from last night's video. Ticker symbol MAXN. Looking good. It's up a little bit. It's a Singapore solar company, if you guys haven't heard of MAXN, but we found an unusual options play from Friday where somebody put $1.267 million into the 20 strike calls. That is actually pretty insane. You know, $1.2 million is nuts, but this is just a lot of money, and it's in a weird company, you know, a Singapore-based solar company. I feel like some of those things could do pretty well. So I hope to see a big move up. That'd be nice. That would actually be awesome. But yeah, let me know what stocks you guys are watching go crazy today. If you guys find anything with some good momentum, let me know. I'll look that up for us. But for right now, that SPY is just looking insane here. Just sitting here really flat on the day. You know, we have Big Daddy Powell set to speak Wednesday, obviously. Tomorrow is going to be CPI. And then Powell is Wednesday. So we are in for an action-packed week, guys. It's going to be one of the craziest weeks of the year, probably, especially given that they're both in the same week. I think this already happened one other time this year, too, if my memory serves correct. But pretty crazy. SQ is cooking, Keisha says. Wow, cooking up some bacon for us? Okay. I sure hope so. I want some bacon. Come on, Square. Corbin says, how do unusual options work? Hey, Corbin, so actually they work in a pretty good way. So with unusual options, let's go look at MAXN again. So what we do is we find, each day we find a pretty big play that goes on. And these guys, a lot of times they have, like, you're able to find these orders. You know, there's certain order flow websites and bots on Discord and stuff like that that help you search for some of these unusual options. And what we do is we find these plays on these calls or puts here. So here's MAXN 20 calls, January 19th of 2024. On Friday, we saw that someone put 1.26 million into that play. So that's a pretty big deal because it's a 20 strike call. You know, you look at the stock right now, it's right around 20 bucks. They have a lot of time given that this goes out to 2024 on the expiration that they picked. And just the fact that someone put $1.2 million into an option might mean that these people know something. Now, here's the outlier for us. The one thing that we don't know is we don't know if MAXN is being shorted or longed. That's the big issue here. Is are we shorting or longing this one? And we can't tell what they're doing, but we can make some guesses. So with it being the 20 strike call, usually if anything's in the money, they're longing that option. Not all the time, okay? There's a lot of crazy option strategies out there that some of these people could be doing in the background, like maybe it's a hedge for a different play or something like that. But for the most part, you know, you would think if they're in the money, they are longing that play. If they're far out of the money, they might be shorting that. You know, so we got to keep that in mind. Sometimes, though, they do long far out of the money stuff too, especially on like the volatile stocks where it might get a little bit more volatile. You know, maybe if the stocks, if it's like a growth stock that fell off 80% this year, you know, the smart money might think that might pop up a little bit more. So it's hard to judge case by case, but there's been a lot of these plays lately exploding in a huge way. And when I mean huge, we mean crazy numbers. Like somebody put 672 grand into the Queb 13 strike calls that expire this March. And they put these into Queb back when Queb was at like 21 or 22 bucks. Now it's all ran all the way up to 32. I mean, those guys must be making a ton of money. Corbin says, so there are thousands of unusual options that are released to the public as soon as the trade is made. Yeah, essentially, Corbin. And, well, there's that. And then there's also, like, a lot of bots out there that, for example, Corbin, like, there's a lot of bots that will track these orders. So, like, you know, if somebody places a big order, that's going to show up on, like, the time and sales. Like, here, I'll give you a little example here. I'll just pull up a random Tesla option here just so we can All right, we'll put it right here. So here's the Tesla 170 strike calls for today. Or, well, did expire this week. Let me get the time in sales right here. All right, so here's the time in sales right now. So see how everything is like, the contract size is all like 50, and then 1, and then 1, and then 5. You know, so essentially what happens is like whenever there's a big order comes through, you're going to see that on here. Like you're going to see like a big size over here on this. Like you'll see like 500 pop up, you know, or like 300, which would mean someone's buying 300 contracts at $600 a pop. Let me do the math on that. 300 contracts by 600 a piece. 300 times 600. That's going to be $180,000, for example, into that play. Now, that's not a lot for Tesla, I'm not going to lie. Tesla has a lot of bigger options plays than that. But you kind of get the point. Right now, you're seeing all the normal trades. 1 contract, 6 contracts, 3, 10, 14, 29. Yeah, so this data just goes on and on and on all day long as the trades happen. And you can even see this stuff on like stocks, like Apple, for example. See how there's just big 100 share lots, 800 share lots, 500 share lots, 1,400 share lots. With stocks, though, it's a little crazy, you know, because the volume is so high. But you guys can see how that time in sales is jumping around like that. The same thing goes on with those options. Let me see if I can find like NVIDIA options or something. So here's like some NVIDIA options, some NVIDIA calls. Just wait for some people to trade. Might take a little while though. You know, these options don't always have a ton of volume in them. Not always. But you guys get the point. Hopefully. Hopefully that answered your question there. And yeah, they're all released to the public, Corbin. And here, I'll show you something in the premium Discord, which is awesome. So you can go down to the Smart Flow section. You can do /flow. All right. Click this. And then you can go to ticker, of course. Search up whatever ticker you want. Like, let's just say we want to see... Man, let's say Square, because Keisha was saying Square was cooking today. So we'll do Square. Now you can also filter these by what you want. So I can do premium. So if I only want to see plays that are $250,000 or more, I can just type in 250K, press enter, and it says nothing was found there. So I need to redo it, go to flow, ticker, Square, premium. Now we're going to have to do 100K for Square today. So now it's showing me all of the 100K Square unusual options plays today. Now you can see exactly what it is. So they're the March 17th, 2023 50 strike puts. You can tell here how people bought them pretty close together. This might be someone actually who just bought 2 lots of this today. I bet this is the same trader doing these trades. So you can see the strikes 50. The premium, they cost them 140K on the first one, 142K on the second. It gives you the volume and stuff like that. Now let's go look at Square. What time did they open that, did it say? They did this at 9:36 and 9:33 a.m. I think that's Eastern time, though, so keep that in mind. And that was the 50 strike put all the way down there. With that being all the way down there, that would make me think that they're shorting those puts. Yeah, they're shorting that put, unfortunately, I'd say. Well, not unfortunately. Fortunately, they're shorting it. It's actually a good thing that they're shorting it. But I think what they're doing there is a really smart play. But yeah, I would say on that one, they're shorting that on Square. which means that they want the stock to go up if they short that put. But hey, I appreciate you guys joining up today. Thank you, Corbin, Keisha, Ant, Marty Longoria, Mason, Peter, Krish, Perfect Film Director, PFD. I love that name. That is funny. Ant85, I think I already said to you. Jamie. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you. Peter as well. Have a great rest of your day. I know that the market's been a little bit flat today. Hasn't really been too exciting, but be ready tomorrow and the next day. We are going to see some insane stuff going on. We are going to see the market probably go all over the place in the morning tomorrow. Hopefully it's to the upside. We need that CPI data to keep coming in a little bit lower. So pray to God that inflation goes down. I'll see you guys later. The poll was actually pretty cool today. 62% of you guys voted that you thought the market would sink. 30% voted that it would rise, and 7% voted stay the same. So thank you guys for being here as always. And I will be over and out. Of course, I'll be in the Discord as always, but I'll talk to you guys later.